We're talking Aaron Rodgers, Bart. There's no question what impact he'll have on that offense, and yet it's the other side of the ball that has Rodgers excited. Says he likes the improvement he's seen on the defensive side of the ball, saying, quote, "It's good to have some new energy." So, Bart, can a new-look defense propel Rodgers and the Packers back to Super Bowl contention?
No, absolutely. I remember when I was a member of the Jets and the Baltimore Ravens, one of the biggest mistakes we made is trying to make a good defense better. And what you do is you think about Aaron Rodgers, you think about his success and how much of the load he's had to carry. To improve the offense, you improve the defense, because now you're going to give him short fields, you're going to give him turnovers, he's going to be set up. And now they realize that less is more of Aaron Rodgers. They don't need Aaron Rodgers to be special the entire game. They just need him to be special in the right moments. That's why you saw last year when Aaron Jones was starting to run the ball, the offense moved better. What did they do in the offseason? They went out and they got Mercedes Lewis, who's basically like another tackle. But he's a more than capable matchup nightmare when you need those red zone, goal line type of touchdowns, because he's a guy that's going to sneak out because he's going to get the least amount of attention. So you look at what they did. They bring in Zadarius Smith. They bring in Preston Smith. Last year, Zaire Alexander. They've given Mike Pettin the tools that he needs to be a dominant defense, a top 5 defense, because they're going to have to win some ugly matchups. You think about the weather in Chicago. You think about the weather in Green Bay late in seasons. It's not about airing the ball out 40 times. It's about being able to ground and pound, being able to have, stifling defense, tremendous special teams, and shortening, the field and the distance that Aaron Rodgers has to go.
Yeah, Pettin has that type of mentality that he's trying to change this football team from a finesse football team to a big physical football team. We have in Minnesota, because we scouted Green Bay. That's our #1 opponent. We know how Green Bay, and they have been a finesse team for a long time. When free agency hit a number of years ago, Reggie White became available. They knew that. They knew the only way to be able to win a Super Bowl was bring some physicality, even though Reggie brought some other things as far as some credibility, get more African Americans to go to Green Bay and play there long term. But right now they're trying to help Aaron Rodgers with the physicality of that defense. Mike Pettin is bringing a 34 scheme. The last couple years they've drafted players in free agency that fit into that big physical scheme. And they're trying to get a model a lot like New England won the Super Bowl last year. If you look at New England, what they were the last quarter of the season and in the playoffs, big, physical. We're getting ready to run the football. We're getting ready to do what people don't like to do in the NFL, make you tackle and win the game up front in the trenches. That's the way New England won the last Super Bowl, and they're trying to get that for Aaron Rodgers, give him some help with those possessions, give him a short field, but ultimately make the game tight. In the fourth quarter, what did New England do? Brady to Gronk. Be special, but only be special a few times during the game, as you mentioned, to try to get Aaron Rodgers that second Super Bowl, Nick.
You were on great defenses throughout your career. You were also, unfortunately, some of those teams had really subpar offenses. When you guys were out there, in a game where the offense was clicking, in a game where the offense actually got you guys a 14-3 lead early, but what type of lift emotionally, almost spiritually, did it give the defense? And I bring it up because for Rodgers, it's the opposite. There have been a bunch of great offenses where defense has not been able to pick them up. And what I'm curious, what type of lift you think he can get when he sees a defense force a quick 3 and out, and your experience on the opposite side?
Short fields, turnovers, whenever the offense got up, we always said if you get up ahead by 2 scores, game over. It's a wrap. Because now we know the opponents know that they're going to have to take some chances. When they take those chances, we're going to set those traps. We're going to get you the ball right back. So you'll see with a great defense, Aaron Rodgers will average way more points than he's ever had when he had all the great offensive talent, because it's going to be so easy, because all he has to do is go. If he goes down, score first drive, 3 and out, here's the ball right back, field goal, game over. It's a wrap, because now you have a higher percentage of winning, because now Aaron Rodgers, all he has to do is turn the ball over. And then the opposing defense has to take chances, and then that's when he beats you over the top. So just be special. You see it happen in New Orleans all the time, right? They realize Drew Brees is throwing the ball way too much. Aaron Rodgers was sacked 49 times last year. That's 5th in the league. When you sack that many times, he hasn't been able to be available, and now we're starting to see that he's becoming an older quarterback, and he can't do all the things that he used to. He can't make 4 or 5 guys miss, roll out to the right and throw a Hail Mary and do it. He shouldn't have to be a miracle worker every day. Now it's time to put the more onus on everybody else.
I would imagine the opposite is true as well, how deflating it must be for you guys to get out there and work your tails off, come back, and the offense turns the ball right
Listen,
over.
I don't think I've ever finished less than 10th in the NFL in defense. And, you know, we had those things. Why do you think you have watched those Raven defense? Ed Reed's about to go into the Hall of Fame in a couple of weeks. Why do you think we pitched the ball so much? Because we knew if we gave the offense the ball on the 10-yard line, we might have to punt.
Right.
You know, so it was like, you know what? We would come to the sideline, got to the sideline, by ourselves today, boys. You know, we're going to have to go do something. We had to practice how to get the ball in the end zone as a defense because we knew that we had to score the points and keep the
And that, just real quick, I think that also maybe led to the increased sacks. And that might sound odd, but if you are worried that if we punt the ball, our defense isn't going to get a stop, you're more likely to try to, instead of throw it away, extend a play, try to do something creative. And I think so all of that, to me, leads to the futility they had last season.
All right, good stuff. Bart, thank you very much.
Appreciate it.
Packers, full of insight.
Packers, my sneaky pick for the Super Bowl.
Oh.
All right, don't give.
Take a break.
Look at that.
Can James Harden finally win his first championship? We discuss next on
Lick
First
that
Things
oil,
First.
baby.
That's appropriate.
Let me get that Achilles for KD. What a good Achilles look like, baby.
Don't zoom